Smart background check. In this video we're going to go over how to do a smart background check. By smart I'm talking about the most effective, and by most effective you want to be looking at official resources. The more direct the better, and at sheriffsdepartment.net we have gathered resources for all 50 states for you to do a background check. I'm going to go ahead and select Michigan for this example. Most states will have a very similar procedure. One of the first options you have is to run an instant search that goes through public records, criminal records. It looks at court records. It looks at some private databases too, like cell phone information, previous addresses. Previous addresses can be very useful in combination with the local search. You also have deep web type of things that it looks at, social media, and it will show you if it has anything if you right away pretty much, and then if you decide to look at the complete file you have an option to do that. At the state level you have option to look at databases directly, like court records, criminal records, recorder's office, business lookup, license verification, things like that, prison records, sexual offender registry. At the county level you also have some things to look at, like jail records, also court records, and then recorder's office. You also have option to do property records. Property records could be useful for figuring out mailing addresses, things like that. So at let's take a look at a couple of these databases. So for instance, state of Michigan here has a very simple criminal history tool that you can use. It's a name-based check, and it's about $10 per name. Some places it will be more complicated, and for certain types of background checks you'll need to do use fingerprints, letters, like letters of disclosure from the person you're doing the background check on. It all depends what the background check is for and what the procedures of that particular state are. So I'm not going to get in too much into that, but when it comes to doing just one thing to consider is people do move around, people travel. If a person has always lived within the state and there's no other records outside the state, the smartest background check would just be to do the state check. But nowadays people do move around, and to make sure nothing is missed, it's a good idea to have some kind of a nationwide option, or if you know previous states, previous addresses that the person has resided in, it's a good idea to go and do background checks in those states also. So that will make the background check more smart. It's going to be directly through the state, and you're also looking at potentially different states where they might have resided to make sure no records are missed. And again, this does depend what the background check is for, so it's hard to say what the best option would be for each situation, but I'm just giving you a general overview of what most states have in terms of options for the public. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description. You can click on that, or just type sheriffsdepartment.net in your browser and come on down and do your background check the smartest way possible. Thanks.